Hello guys, peace of the Lord Jesus Christ. Today I'm talking about Sara Fazee's response to me on my comment board, because she said a lot and I figured I'd do it in video, because every time I write on her wall it gets deleted, and we know how Muslims are and we know their tactics. Even if I don't swear and I've been respectful, they still don't like it, this response she gave me, it deals with nothing about what I sent her in my email, but that's alright. We'll still answer what she says and prove that all of what Muslims know and what they say is a bunch of lies. First off, she says, okay, right, whatever, and then assalamu alaikum. Now, as a Muslim, are you allowed to say assalamu alaikum? Let's see. Here's tafsir.com, the tafsir of Ibn Kathir. As you can see, this is not a Christian website. This is a Muslim website. This is not a Christian book. This is a Muslim book, because we all know Muslims like to accuse things and accuse us of falsely interpreting things. But here we go. Paying jizya as a sign of kufr and disgrace. Allah said, until they pay the jizya if they do not choose to embrace Islam, with willing submission and defeat and subservience. Because this is all what Islam means. Islam does not mean peace. When Muslims say that, they're lying. Islam means submission. You are a slave to Allah. God is not your children, you are not children of God, and He is not your father, according to Islam. It's not like that relationship at all. He is a slave master, and you are His slave children. And feel themselves subdued, disgraced, humiliated, belittled. Therefore, Muslims are not allowed to honor the people of Dhimma or elevate them above Muslims, for they are miserable, disgraced, and humiliated. Muslims recorded from Abu Hurairah, and the Prophet said, do not initiate the salam to the Jews and the Christians, and if you meet any of them on the road, force them to the narrow alley. This is why the leader of the faithful, Umar bin al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, demanded his well-known conditions to be met by the Christians, these conditions that ensured their continued humiliation, degradation, and disgrace. It's funny how right after you have the audacity to call me psycho. Well, imagine if a Christian started teaching, if you see Muslims in the streets spit in their face, the whole Muslim world would go crazy over them, just as they did with the cartoon. And that wasn't even insulting Muslims. That was talking about how they felt about Muhammad. And if anybody wants to get deeper into that, and Muhammad's complete allowance of terrorism and terrorist tactics, as we see here by the verses I just read, to get people to join his religion. Jesus says to even love your enemy. Who is the psycho? The Christian who follows that and fights Satan? Or the one who spits in the Christians and the Jewish faces and humiliates them as their false prophet taught them to do? Anyways, and she says, and you know, and you have to know that there is God. Well, I'm Christian, I believe in one God. So that's not a big deal. You're talking to me as if I'm an atheist. There is also evil present, and those follow the God are on the right path, and those are on the evil path are guests of hell, and you are one of them. Okay, is it really the right path, Islam, and evil is the wrong path? If I join Islam, I seek refuge from Satan. Yeah, I say that. But I seek refuge in Allah. And what does that mean? That means that according to 434, I can beat my wife. According to 6:158, I believe it is. This is just off memory. I can divorce little girls who haven't had their period yet. I do have videos on this, so you can check them out. As Muhammad, he married a 6-year-old girl and consummated the marriage at 9. That means that I'm supposed to fight and kill those who are not Islamic, 9:29 and 8 verse 12, in a torturous and humiliating way, as we saw also for those who pay the jizya in the verses we just read. So yeah, I just would be moving from one evil to another if I was not on the right path of following Jesus Christ. So really, is it anything good? What about the fact that your Allah is just a pimp? Is that something good for you? Is that something great? Do you take pride in that Allah just offers you stuff when you get to heaven? That's more important than worshiping Him in His true form, God in His true form? That you'll be getting virgins, slave boys who don't bleed, wine that's actually grape juice, that look like scattered boys that look like scattered pearls, rather, and mansions and blah blah blah. Really? Who cares about any of that? Oh, and silk. Yes, you must have silk and iron cups and glass crystal cups. Like, pfft, who cares? Oh, and the sun that doesn't cause you to scorch your skin. Well, purely you can see that this religion is for Middle Eastern people only, because somebody who lives in the colder climates, they would love the sun to be warmer. Anyways, when God created us, He put many things in our human body, like soul is one of them, and you know when a person die. Well, first off, I'm Christian. I believe in a soul. He is not actually dying. He is transforming to another world where he have to live until Judgment Day. Also, God, so you believe in purgatory? Also, God gave us a free hand. You mean free will, I'm sure. And it is up to us if we do good work or bad. It is up to us. Well, no, that's not true. According to Islam, you do Allah's will willingly or unwillingly. You have no choice. You have no freedom. After all, we see Islam means submission. And according to Muslims, everything is in Allah's will and doing Allah's will. And nothing is against it. And what if you kill someone and your father have to be hanged for that? Is that true? No way. You kill someone, you have to hang, not your father. Okay, first off, I don't know, her English sounds kind of funny, and if you click on her profile, you'll see she says she's somebody from Houston, Texas, yet speaks like this, as if she's Middle Eastern, writing English as if she's from the Middle East. It's funny. I think this is a sock account, and you really do see how Muslims lie and try to make it like thousands of people convert, when really that's not true. A few people do, and I found that studies show that 4 or 5 years after their conversion, they leave Islam because now they've learned the truth about it and they've been studying their books. It's only those who don't know anything that stay in it. Now, I think she's referring to Christ dying on the cross and maybe saying something about that. If you kill somebody and your father have to hang for that, is that true? No way. If you kill somebody, you have to be hanged for that. Right, but what if your father wants to pay your debt for you? See, where Christ died on the cross, that was a legal transaction. So that therefore, God would be taking our punishment upon Himself if we choose to accept it in the bodily form of Christ, being a man yet fully God and sinless, taking that upon Himself. And if we accept that, what happens is God puts a new heart and a new soul and a new mind in us to be more Christ-like and not to be like who we were. But we have to want this. We have to accept this and to make us born again. This is why Jesus said, unless a man be born again, he will not enter the kingdom of heaven. So it's accepting that, being born of the Spirit, being a new child under God. So we accept what He did for us. What is better? That Allah tells you to go and fight and sacrifice your children for Him? or God of the Bible sacrificing his son for us? Who is better for you?